NPC, or the non-playable coin, is doing very well in this meme coin rally. Let's have a look at some on-chain metrics most people aren't considering. Let's see who's buying and selling here. Because obviously we are not going to gain any edge with the website information. We want to look at information most people do not have access to. But there's one interesting thing about the website. I'm personally using NordVPN and I get a security warning before entering the website. Now, since listing on CoinMarketCap, the price went up by more than 9,000%. With 0.3 cents per NPC, we are close to all-time highs. Now let's have a look at the on-chain metrics, both for the Ethereum-based token, but also for the token listed on the base chain. Let's first try to find out whether or not there is some manipulation in the data. Let's see if the numbers align. On Twitter, we've got 24,000 followers. On Telegram, we've got 9,000 subscribers. On the Ethereum chain, we've got 11,000 holders. And on the base chain, we've got 48,000 holders. Now, what's interesting about those 48,000 holders is that most of those wallets don't own a lot of NPC. But more on this later. We're going to look at minimum holding thresholds and we're going to distinguish retail investors versus whale investors. Now, the NPC token, or non-playable coin, is one of the most liquid tokens on the Ethereum chain. So among the trending tokens, it's at number 8 in terms of liquidity. On the base chain, however, even though there are apparently way more holders, we do not see NPC being part of the trending tokens. Now, what's going on? What I found interesting is that the recent growth of NPC mainly happened on Ethereum, not on Base. So have a look at this. We are looking here at the number of holders based on different minimum holding thresholds. So on the right side, we've got the number of wallets on Ethereum that have at least 30,000 NPC tokens. So at the current price, that's roughly $1,000 worth of the token. Here are the videos that work on YouTube. XRP will be $12,000 guaranteed, or an AI explosion, top 3 cryptos to buy in November. A lot of pushing of greed, that's what gets the clicks. What doesn't get the click is a tutorial on how to make backtests, on how to build those sheets that in the end figure out what historically worked well in the past. The backtest that I often show here on this channel. I still very much enjoy producing this kind of content though. I also share these kinds of sheets, but I don't do it on YouTube. You also get direct access to me. Feel free to check it out. It's thebitcoinstrategy.com. For the chart in the middle, we go at 10x in minimum holding. So that's now $10,000 worth of the token. On the right, we go another 10x, so $100,000 worth of the token. We see accumulation across the board, but it appears as if since April of this year, the number of whales did somewhat stagnate. Now here are the exact same kind of charts, but for the base chain. Here we see the stagnation happening a bit earlier, right? Even among small retail, and happening a bit earlier for medium-sized retail. We can also see how the numbers tend to be smaller. So the number of retail investors on Base with a minimum of $1,000 worth, the number of those wallets is 1,300. On Ethereum, that's 5,700. And that's happening while the number of holders on Ethereum in general tend to be only 1/4 of the number of holders on Base. So there seem to be many very small holders on the Base chain of NPC. The vast majority of capital though is on the Ethereum chain. Now in the last month, the price went up by more than 70%. Who drove that price rally? Let's have a look at the exact same charts, this time for Ethereum, but only for the last month. So every data point here is now 1 hour, not 1 day. And we can see very nice, very constant accumulation by retail. The number of retail investors grew by roughly 10%. The number of medium-sized retail investors grew by roughly 7%. The number of whales is pretty much unchanged. So we can attribute all of this price appreciation to the retail investor. Not the retail investor on Base, but the retail investor on Ethereum. And it almost appears as if that growth is accelerating. And so here's what I think is going to happen. Since a lot of trading is still happening on chain, and since the token isn't yet massively traded in a centralized manner, there's only MaxC and Gate.io, and since the perpetual futures trading volume is also rather small still, and since the fully diluted market cap is still just at 240 million, combining all of those factors, I think it's pretty likely that the centralized exchanges are going to accumulate the token for market making because of all of that retail interest. This growth is attractive to centralized exchanges. And so yes, there might be some volatility every now and then, and we might see our quite massive crashes, right? Those are 50% corrections. But zooming out, the rally seems pretty healthy to me. Yes, there is potentially some kind of resistance here, but that's on the US dollar denominated chart. And again, most of NPC's liquidity is directly paired with wrapped Ethereum. So looking at the same chart denominated in wrapped Ethereum, we are actually at an all-time high. This is how that looks like on a linear scale. So the continued accumulation by retail does have a price impact. I'm covering meme coins on this channel regularly. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to also give this a like, it will help the channel grow. In case you've got Telegram, then you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below. Looking very much forward to chatting with you.